Hey, what's happening, everybody? Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. I'm actually taking a look at one that I picked up on a recent trip to West Virginia. This is from Penn Brewery out of Pittsburgh. It is their Penn IPA. It comes in at 7% ABV, 70 IBU, and it's actually an IPA that was made using 7 kinds of hops. So that should be pretty interesting. The label itself, you know, it's a skyline of Pittsburgh in there, I believe, with the hops out there out in front. Nothing really on the back. Let's go ahead and get it open and get it into the glass and see what it has to offer. And this was kind of like one of those labels that was so plain, it caught my eye. So something that didn't stand out by not trying to stand out, I guess. Now, on that pour, I can tell you, I'm already starting to pick up some of the aroma of the hops. But you have a pretty much golden hue on it. You do have some particles in there, so it does look to be bottle fermented. Get a light behind it. Kind of makes it a little bit more of a golden oranges, yellow type color. A little bit of a haziness on here as well. Now, the head came out to be just about a finger of head. Maybe a finger and a half. Now it's down to about a finger or so. So we'll see how that laces the glass. But as far as the color, definitely matches what you would look for to have an IPA. On the aroma, I am getting some pininess out of here. A little bit of a tropical type feel, grapefruity like in the aroma. A little bit of like kind of a sweetness in there as well. Maybe like a little bit like an orange or a tangerine too. So let's go to get a taste. 70 IBU, you definitely feel a hit of bitterness here. Do feel somewhat of a little bit of a throat burn down on the back end. On the finish, a little bit of a refreshing quality. Does have a good amount of an astringent quality about it too. Not really thin, which is nice. Semi-dry, I would say. And body-wise, medium body type beer. Not overly heavy. Definitely one that you can have in a warmer part of the day as well as a cooler part of the day. Do feel a little bit of that weight there on the tongue as far as how it affects the palate. Slight bit of tingling in the cheek area from the flavors. Not as much of the hop flavor taking place. I will say that it does have a little more of a sweetness with the malts in there as well. So that balance where it favors some of the bitterness of the hops, you do have some of that showing up in the background too. Carbonation sits pretty decent on this one. And it's your regular, to me, run-of-the-mill type IPA. Nothing great about it, but nothing bad about it either. Taking a look at the appearance, you have a little bit of lacing taking place on the glass. Not as much balance all the way around, but you have a little bit of stuff in there. The bottle fermenting, that may turn off some of the people that might be new to craft beer. Nothing really that's going to harm you there. But I think the appearance on this one, I'd actually give this one a 10 out of 15. As far as the aroma, you got a little bit of that pininess and earthiness from the hops. I would think with 7 hops, you'd actually have a little bit more than you actually do. And you do have to take, not a real deep sniff, but you do have to take a little bit of a sniff to really get that out of there. With an IPA with 7 hops, you expect it to really come out of the glass a little bit more. I mentioned on the pour, it did come out a little bit at that time, but it does settle rather quickly. So aroma, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 15. As far as the flavor, definitely pick up a little bit more bitterness on the finish, but it does have that nice break in there too. And you have somewhat of a short to average duration. I mean, I'm not going to say you want to chug through this one, but duration is probably not as strong as what it could be for this type of beer. So for me, on the flavor, this one is actually a 10 out of 15 as well. And as far as on the palate, flavor on the initial is okay. A little bit less than what we anticipated on the finish. With an IPA, you do have that bitterness you expect to get there. As far as the duration, like I said, short to average duration of the flavor. A slight bit of maybe some cheek tingling in place, but nothing overly powerful on the palate. And it does go as a medium body, so it does fit nicely there as well. It's not too heavy, but I'm going to give that on the palate also a 10 out of 15. And then for the overall, I think it's decent as a IPA. It's just not going to really knock you back. But if you want like a run-of-the-mill something you can actually enjoy with a little bit of a refreshing quality. I think you can look at this one and actually do that. It's not one you're going to want to hunt down. It's got kind of a basic quality around it, but sometimes simplicity is better. So I'm going to give this actually a 34 out of 40. So let's total them up and see where everything stands. So on this one, it actually comes out to be a total of a 74 out of 100. Decent enough score. Like I said, it's not one you're going to write home about, but it's not one you're going to be upset possibly drinking as well. The Penn IPA from Penn Brewery out of Pittsburgh. Decent enough to give it a shot. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Put some comments in the comments section. But I'd love to hear your feedback as well. That all being said, thanks for swinging by to check out another video. I look forward to catching you guys next time. As always, keep drinking those good craft beers. And remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers.